The second Brother Arthur A. Loftus Award for Outstanding Achievement in Entrepreneurship is presented to Albert J. Mellina. Al earned his BS in physics in 1963, is an MBA in 1968. Upon graduation, Al started his career as an engineer with the Apollo program of Grumman Aircraft. Currently, he is the CEO and one of the founding of the Gartland and Mellina Group, a management consulting firm that specializes in meeting the professional service needs of the financial service industry. Al is dedicated to Iona College and its alumni, and is demonstrated by his continual involvement in our mentoring programs, alumni and student job placement, and generosity to the college. Tonight, as a surprise to Al, we are pleased to announce that his partners at the Gartland and Mellina Group have put forth a generous donation of $10,000 to the Iona General Scholarship Fund in honor of Al receiving this award. I present to you Albert J. Mellina.
They are showing the picture of today versus the picture of 63. I would like to thank everyone from Iona. I've never been one to be at a loss for words, but when I was called by Ed Foldesi and Rich Petricone that I was selected for the award, I was literally speechless and very, very, very honored. So thank you all for everything. Just a couple words. One thing, our CFO did not know about that $10,000. We like it. I think that's great. We've had the opportunity since we formed the Gartland Mellina Group, which is really a group of professionals that all come out of, for the most part, KPMG Consulting, which was Bearing Point, and then from there became a gone company, so to speak, okay, and a number of people from the Morgan Stanley. Okay, we're very, very fortunate to have a very young, dynamic group of people, a couple of young partners that just are really the best, okay, a young staff that's very, very good and excellent, all right? I think, we're fortunate to be doing work in pretty much all of the major financial institutions with JP Morgan, for instance, okay, and Morgan Stanley, obviously, right? The team is doing very, very well. Just a couple of little thank yous, though, that I'd like to state specifically. One is I graduated in '63, and fortunate to have a lot of my colleagues and classmates over here today. It's great seeing everyone. My undergraduate degree was in physics. I wouldn't have gotten through it without Ed Foldesi, Ed Rohan, Bob Resolution, and Sal Raza. Okay, to really help me get through that whole program in itself. Okay. As the years went on, I've been through a number of ups and downs, okay, and my class particularly remembers a television show called The Honeymooners, okay. Ralph Camden always finding a new one, okay. I got one, I got the deal, this is going to be the big one, and my wife would sit there and go, yeah, Al, are you going to go back to the butcher shop to meet the finances for this week, okay. And a number of times we did, but Arlene has stood by me for 48 years, okay. Met her here when I was a junior in college, so we know each other for a long time. She's been really my buddy and standby. The other individual that really I've worked with for over and over for 35, 40 years has been my partner, is my buddy Matt Sia. Matt is an honorary Ionian. As of now, we're going to make him Matt, okay, but Matt has stood by me for all of those years. We mentioned before that a number of you have hired young Ionians to join the firm. I think there's one thing I'd like to say, particularly coming off of the class of '63 reunion, and spending some time in the campus. Iona's got a spirit, okay? The people here have a spirit, we have a determination, okay? My classmates have shown it, okay? And every generation after that. We've had the opportunity now to bring on a couple of youngsters, okay, They joined us as either interns and then, or full, fresh consultant levels. I have to say that same spirit, that same determination is there. It's wonderful, wonderful to see that continuing. So that spirit is there. Keep doing that job because it's great. As a final, I'd like to invite Sal Raza to join me for a moment. Sal and I were talking about, a number of our classmates in class of 63. And Sal was trying to sell a book before while we were walking in. So we figured we'd have a little book fair here. But Sal, go ahead.
Hi, good evening. I look around, boy, what a privilege this is. 50 years that I know these guys. Al, I haven't seen him for 50 years. He hasn't changed a bit. Son of a gun. But like I said, we're in the physics group. The small group that had nothing to do with anybody else at the college. Because nobody wanted us. And it's really nice to see, to meet all the people again. But we do have to remember, some people in the class of 63 have fallen asleep. And they have passed on, so I just kind of say like St. Stephen, when he was stoned, he fell asleep. So we'd like to remember some of those names, a good friend of mine. And if anyone from the class of 63 has a name that they would like to come up and say or call it out, please say it in remembrance of our fellow classmates of 1963 who have gone to see better days. My friend Jimmy Santiago was in the physics class with us, and he was a great guy, and I dormed with him and whatnot. He used to stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'd say, Jimmy, I want to go to sleep. He wants to study, and a great guy, but he passed away about 5 or 6 years ago. So in remembrance of Jimmy Santiago, just a prayer for him. And as I mentioned, if anyone else has a name that they would like to call out or come up in remembrance of the class of 63 that have passed away, please come on up or give me your name. Now.
Yeah, I'd just like to, a little moment of silence for all of our classmates that are no longer with us, please. Thank you very, very much. One last accolade I'd like to place. A year ago, we honored Ed Foldesi, who was recipient of the Doyle Award. At that point, Cara Brennan and Amy got Ed and I involved to help organize the reunion for the class of 63. We put it together. We could not have done it, all right, if it weren't for all of the work that Heather Foldesi, who was Ed's daughter and my goddaughter, really put together. So everybody, please, round of applause for Heather. Thank you.
And one more thing. I think it's time I return this book to the library. Who is the library?